Anyway, let's go ahead and watch this. Uh, how Jon Stewart, you can see like the light bulb flashing on in his brain about where this money is going and how it's being and how the American public is being played. Right. And so I'm going to say that after this video, he's probably going to get a phone call. He probably got a phone call from somebody like, dude, you need to make a choice. You either take back what you said, walk that back and make it look good, or your contract's not going to be renegotiated. I'd be willing to bet he's having a conversation like that with somebody right about now. But let's go ahead and roll that beautiful bean footage.
This is the greatest Doge argument you'll ever see. Jon Stewart is now finding out that the Biden administration spent $42 billion to expand broadband to more Americans and connected 0 homes in 4 years.
For those of you listening on your streaming device, if you're listening to me on Spotify, thank you, by the way. This is a clip from LV Nation on YouTube. It's called Jon Stewart Loses His Mind When He Realizes Elon Musk is Actually Right. Right. So this is the host of LV Nation speaking, and he's setting up the clip that's about to be played.
Whoa. And then Elon Musk comes out and he says in this post, this is why a regulatory overhaul is necessary. The burden of mountains of regulations is why the high-speed rail can't get down in California, and the bridge that the ship hit in Maryland still hasn't been fixed. So they're finding out.
I can vouch to the whole train in California not being made. It's supposed to go from Bakersfield to Modesto. It was supposed to be finished by now. All the money's been spent, and it's not even a quarter of the way finished, by the way. But I'll let this clip play.
That more government is really bad. And whoa, let's check it out.
We have to issue the notice of funding opportunity within 180 days. That's step 1. Step 2, which all 56 state applicants completed, is states who want to participate must submit a letter of intent. After they do that, they can submit a request for up to $5 million in planning grants. Then the NTIA, step 4, has to review and approve and award, again, planning grants, not broadband grants, planning grants.
And it's still at the NTIA. It's still at the first step.
All right, so the NTIA must issue a NOFO within 180 days. States who want to participate must submit their letter of intent. Step 3, they can request up to $5 million in planning grants.
Just planning.
Just planning. Step 4, the requests are reviewed, approved, and awarded by the NTIA, which currently all 56, 3 years later, all 56 applicants had
3 years
passed through at least step 5. It took more than 3 years. So it's a long time. States must submit a 5-year action plan. So the states.
Yeah, they're just finding out. He's just now finding all this information that all these regulations that these Democrats have put forward literally lets you do no work. Look how much time it takes just to plan. Then to get approved, that's another 3 years. Bro, they've messed up America. And he's just now finding out that Doge is right.
Kind of go back and they kind of think about how they're going to do this. And they don't just say, okay, thank you for the money. We're going to spend it, and you can see how it worked out later.
No.
We're like, here's our 5-year action plan. Then the FCC must publish the broadband data maps before NTIA allocates funds. So having done the NOFO, the letters of intent, the request for planning grants, then the review, approval, and awarding of the planning grants, then the 5-year action plans. In between that, the federal government has to put forward a map saying where it thinks we need rural broadband subsidies. And then, of course, the states need an opportunity to challenge the map for accuracy. And you can imagine this doesn't all happen in like a day. Okay. So then the NTIA.
No. Oh, this is so bad. So apparently this guy who is explaining this is a liberal, right? This is Ezra Klein, a journalist and the host of the Ezra Klein Show, discusses the bureaucratic insufficiencies of the Biden's Build Back Better plan on Jon Stewart's The Weekly Show podcast. Yeah, this is a Democrat. This is not a Doge employee. Oh my God, his face. This is not a Doge employee. This is a guy who basically is a liberal and says there are so many insufficiencies with liberal governments all around the country. And look, this is the moment he finds out that, oh my God, we're all being scammed.
Step 7 has to use the FCC maps to make allocation decisions. Then, having already done their letter of intent, their request for planning grants, it's hard even to talk about this, man. Step 7 is NTIA must use the FCC maps that were already challenged for allocation decisions. Then, having submitted all this, I think this one is actually quite amazing.
Yeah.
Having submitted their 5-year plans or letters of intent, step 8 is states must submit an initial proposal to the NTIA. Then,
Is that the result of their $5 million planning fund? This
I
initial
assume, but
proposal?
then what was the 5-year plan?
And what the fuck did they apply for? What was their NOFO?
Like, if the 5-year action plan isn't the initial proposal, then what's the 5-year action
Forget
plan?
NOFO.
Okay.
MOFO.
Step 9, NTIA must review and approve each state's, again, initial proposal. By my read, we have had at least 2 initial proposals here, but that's a different issue.
Oh my
Step
God.
9.
Step 10, states must publish their own map and allow internal challenges to their own map.
This is
So
about
the
4
government
years
has
later.
published a map. They have invited the states to challenge the map. Then states have submitted initial proposals, and they then have to publish their own map and allow challenges.
Wait, who's challenging it within the state?
Well, organized interest groups, environmental groups, like I don't
Oh
know
my
who
God.
specifically, but literally anybody. This is,
Right.
I want to say something because it's very important I say this. This is the Biden administration's process for its own bill. They wanted this to happen. This is how liberal government works now.
This is something they instituted for this bill.
For their bill.
This has got to be one of the greatest moments in like Elon Musk's career, because he's been getting so much hate for calling stuff like this out. And this was the Biden Build Back Better plan. And again, I'm like reading the comments as I'm going through. And somebody said, you voted for this, John. This is what you voted for. This is what he goes on a show bashing Elon Musk all the time. He's just now finding out, oh, look, it's Jon Stewart, the guy that invited Elon Musk to his show. Right? Yeah, people are mad at they're mad at Jon Stewart for this. Oh my God, they're mad at Jon Stewart for finding the truth. Somebody in the comments said the whole point is to steal as much money from the taxpayer as they can before any work is being done. If anything really beneficial happens for the public, it's entirely by accident.
So I'm going to go ahead and leave that right there. This guy has a full 11.5-minute clip about this topic. It's really interesting. You should probably check it out. It's going to be LV Nation on YouTube. That's LV. That's like Las Vegas, I guess. LV Nation on YouTube. He goes on. There's more steps. And they get even more ridiculous, ladies and gentlemen. I tell you what, I don't understand how you can learn about this process and still defend it, unless, of course, you are part of the party. If anybody's ever read 1983, 84. Sure. If you've ever read, you ever read a book? No, but if you've ever read 1984, you know what I'm talking about. All right? We're headed that direction. It's all about the party.
Not without my TV. No, but seriously, bring the TV.